There's this comic I love about climate change,
Okay.
which is there's these two folks at a conference room full of it looks like other scientists, and they're speaking to each other, and they're talking about all these different initiatives that need to do to combat climate change. And it said, "Hey, what if we do all this stuff and we make the world a better place for nothing?" And I think of that when I think about some of these things, because if you and I are working at the same place and and the inputs are generally the same, we're taking control of our careers the same way and our learnings, and we're progressing. The outcomes are not guaranteed to be the same. You and I might have different outcomes. You might end up as a CTO of the place, and I might end up on a project that never had success for whatever reason. But that doesn't mean that it was worthless effort on either of our parts, because you have to play it out over the time horizon of careers as well. And even if the outcome was not the same, it's not fair, generally isn't fair, but there's also going to be a moment in time where we are better than we were before. And that to me is like the broader goal.
Yeah, and while you're saying that, it's reminding me, you know, that whole money one, if you'd rather have a penny and double it, or you'd
Yeah.
rather have just a few. Well, if you look at the math of that, and this was an interesting one for me because I did it the other day, you don't actually get the payoff greater until like the last 2 days. Like it's always a better option to take the money up front until those like very last moments. And so like that's for me, that's when I see that, my perspective is that's motivating. Like I'm going to keep improving and keep doing that step. Even like what you said, some might end up as a CTO, some might end up as a failed project. I'll say there's some gold in that failure of that project. And now let me go at it again. And eventually over my career, it'll compound and I'll just get better at identifying opportunity, better at adjusting the environment and improving myself. And I've yet to meet a person or read a book of someone that's tried really, really hard for a really long time and not have had a lot of success.
Well, it's this classic, I think we all see them, which is, when do people have success in their life? And obviously some people have immense success really early on and they're a one-hit wonder and never have another success after that. But they can have huge monetary wins and they never have to worry about that again. And then you have others who achieve what you might think of as their life's work in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And it's staggering for people in their 20s to think, like, you look around Silicon Valley and San Francisco, and Lyft IPO yesterday, and a bunch of other things that'll be happening. And you have some mid to late 20s people thinking, oh my God, I'm like failing at my career because I'm not X, Y, or Z because of who else is around there. And it's a skewed perspective. Sometimes the situation dictates the outcome. You just have to prepare, find the opportunities, be prepared for when you're in that situation, take advantage of that point.